What's going on, guys? Kaiger here, and the Tower of the Advanced player just came to global. I'm going to walk you through the event and what units you should be going for. Let's get into it. Alright, so when you get in game, you're greeted with this page right here. It takes you through a short story, asks you to talk to a couple people, and introduces the characters. Then it'll give you a couple points and show you the event, which, as we see right here, you get these orbs, which I'll show you how to get in a moment, to get all these rewards. As you see very, very early on, you're getting hundreds of mystical scrolls, you're getting Rift Soul Ember and Rift Soul Lantern, which are effectively the 4-star and 5-star Devilmon extras. Now, same with the One Punch Man collaboration. After this event is over, they don't do anything, so you need to get them now and use them. Now, how do you get those points? A couple ways. One, we have a surprise encounter with AV. This, if you complete all of at least normal of the tower, then every day a new one will unlock. You'll get some rewards, and at the end you get a copy of AV for free. Then we have one step at a time. Now these are kind of cool. I like how they did this, and it'll ask you to do like stage 50, stage 80, stage 100, but then ask you to do some wonky things, as we see right here. Clear stage 10 with 3-star monsters, clear stage 50 with 3 night monsters, clear stage 80 with fire monsters within 30. Now onto the actual monsters. There's a banner for each of the 3 elemental 5-stars, and the 4-star is put into all of their banners at an increased drop rate. So you will be able to get AV naturally from your summons. Hyano Kim, we're going to check him out first. Regular base damage. When he was first released for Korea first, he was hot fixed because he was doing way too much damage, really strong. He got nerfed about a day after the release. He's not really seeing any play anywhere right now, but he did just today get a tweak before you all got it, allowing his Divine Destruction does less attack up, but more often. So a bit of a toss-up. We don't really see him in PvP right now, but if we look at his numbers, he does do the damage, but he's not really in the meta right now for PvP. It's mostly tanks, and warriors are just fine, but he's like an offensive bruiser that doesn't have any survivability innately to him. The important thing that he does have is his passive. Applies attack up and crit rate up to himself when he gets a beneficial effect stolen or removed. This happens a lot in PvP, but it adds another beneficial effect for them to steal or remove. Kim, while being a very strong unit that does decent damage, just isn't seeing any play in the game right now. Then we talk about the water unit that everyone is talking about right now, Nara and Ha. First, she gets compared to Argon, the green vampire, all the time. Why that is if we take a look at her second active skill, damage based off of number of harmful effects. Now, Nara and Ha does more damage than Argon, only at max book effect, because Argon's book effect is attack and crit rate, whereas Nara and Ha is attack and crit damage. So if both of them use the exact same runes that's meant to crit, so it's ideally going to have good crit rate and, good crit damage, then Nara and Ha is going to win out because of that increased crit damage. Argon, if has some more attack speed, will do better because of how his thirst mechanic works. It makes his basics do better. Now let's check out Nara and Ha. Damage on her basic, first active, block beneficial effects, and frostbite. If we take a look at frostbite, reduces attack speed and movement speed. So, and she's just very, very strong. The mana cost is kind of high, but the one that we're actually using all the time is this one, Keeper of Words Pain. Uh, Damage plus number of beneficial effects. If the target has block beneficial effect, defense down. So she is dealing damage um, based on harmful effects, and she's already giving out 3 different um, effects. We have block beneficial effects, frostbite, and defense down. So she's throwing them on them herself and then capitalizing on them. Then we have her passive, which is one of the best things we have here. Now, this makes her really good at taking out those Tessarians. She's generally a PvE monster, dealing with bosses and whatnot. Most bosses are neutral elements, so this doesn't really work. But things like field boss, some of the field bosses are fire. But what I like to use Nara is in a PvP counter pick. So right now, as you all know, there's a lot of water. But if someone picks something like Juno and Fire Panda or Juno Tessarion, I like to grab Nara because she will 2-shot that Tessarion just on her own without Soul Link. She'll just naturally boom boom dead. Now let's talk about the Wind one. The Wind one is personally my favorite, Rion. And if we take a look, just basic damage, she is a warrior, so she's going to target assassins first. If we take a look at her Emperor's Wrath, damage based on her max HP, defense down, remove a beneficial effect. Everything you want, 3 mana, right there. 3-step assassination, damage, max based on max HP, defense down, damage dealt up. She's just always doing damage. You're ideally going to let her use that second skill, put her on Soul Link, and then use that first active skill to do a strip and defense down, which is going to be very, very passive. Now, her biggest thing is going to be her passive. This is one of my favorite things, and I've read this webtoon, and this matches her to a T. If target is wind attribute, damage taken down minus 15%. If target is water attribute, damage taken down 30%. When an enemy is defeated, attack up 14%. Now, she also got a change right before she went live to you all. That wind attribute did not exist, and it used to say if target is fire, deal more damage to the fire unit, effectively breaking that element advantage. That's kind of what I liked her for, was that you can either pick her against a water team because she's going to be the tankiest, and then have her on a destroy HP set to just push through them, or like I said earlier with Tessarion, have her as a counter if they pick something like a fire assassin, like a star, whatnot, because she's going to target that unit, and she's also going to knock them down and deal more damage to the fire unit, more than any green unit should be able to. Now, let's go on to AV, who is a very, very interesting unit, as we see just regular damage, attack down, crit rate down, defense up, heal, and if nearby team member gets attacked by a boss, uses class obstruction, which is the defense up and heal. So she is a Galagos monster. She pushes through Galagos. You just set her and forget her, and she's just always going to be putting up good stuff. She's going to help you push through some levels that you haven't been able to push in Galagos before. But the biggest question that we get asked all the time is which one's better, Naranha or Argon? And as I said before, Naranha at max book effect does more. No one's really going to have that. So Argon is usually better. But both. Both is the best answer. Use them both with a healer. Nara and Ha's going to put out plenty of debuffs. Orbias and Cleaves put out plenty of debuffs. You don't even generally have to bring a debuffer, but if one person in a raid setting brings something like a Kroa, the Dark Harg, you're going to smash the game. Let me know if you guys like this review, and until next time, guys.